Hello everyone. Welcome to today's economic statistics lesson. We all know that averages give us one number to describe data, but averages alone do not tell us how consistent or how spread out the data is. That's where dispersion comes in. Let me show you with cricket scores. Virat Kohli's 5 innings are close together, around 50. Rohit Sharma's 5 innings swing widely from 10 to 90. So both have the same average, 50. But are they equally consistent? Clearly it is not. So how do we measure this spread? That's what dispersion is about. First, the simplest measure, the range. Virat's range is 10, as you can see on the slide, and Rohit's is far more spread, it is 80. But the problem, range only looks at extremes, not the middle values, right? Well, next is variance. Variance measures the average squared deviation from the mean. For Virat, it is about 11.6. For Rohit, on the other hand, is nearly 1000. Big difference indeed. But variance is in squared units, which feels odd. Now that's why we use standard deviation, the square root of variance. Now the numbers are back in the same unit as the data. Virat's standard deviation is about 3.5, whereas Rohit's is 31.6. On average, Virat's score stay within a few runs of 50, while Rohit swings by 30 runs, much less consistent. Now, if two players had different means, how do we compare? We use the coefficient of variation. Well, here for Virat, the coefficient of variation is 6.8%, whereas for Rohit, it's 63%. So, the important point to be noted here is lower the coefficient of variation means greater consistency. So, this is what we have to understand. Now let's step outside cricket for a moment. These measures of dispersion are not just for sports, they are used everywhere around us. Let me go for the first one. In finance, imagine two stocks, Reliance and TCS, both promise an average return of 10%, but Reliance moves gently up and down, while TCS jumps wildly like a roller coaster. So which one would you invest in it if you want safety? That's right, Reliance, because its standard deviation is lower. So investors use dispersion to judge the risk. Secondly, in economics, think about inflation. If prices rise steadily by 5% every year, life is predictable. You can plan your salary and shopping. But if 1 month inflation is 2% and the next month is 15%, it creates chaos. Economists calculate standard deviation of inflation to check how stable prices are. So lower the spread, more stable the economy will be. Third, in education, suppose two classes have the same average marks of 60. But in class A, most students score between 55 and 65, while in class B, some score 95 and others score only 20. Which class do you think the teacher would be happier with? Probably class A, because the scores are more consistent. Here again, dispersion helps measure fairness and uniformity. So whether it's money, market or marks, dispersion tells us not just the average, but also how much trust we can place in that average. Alright, let's wrap up today's lesson on dispersion. First, we learn about the range. It's simple, just the highest minus the lowest value. Quick and easy, but a bit crude because it ignores everything in between. Then we move to variance. This gave us the average squared spread from the mean, a solid measure, but the problem is it leaves us with squared units which are hard to explain in real life. That's why we rely on the standard deviation. It's the square root of variance and tells us in the same unit as our data how much the values actually fluctuate around the mean. This is the most widely used tool in economics, finance, and statistics. And finally, the coefficient of variation. This relative measure helps us compare data sets with different means. Remember Virat and Rohit? Coefficient of variation showed us clearly who was consistent despite having the same average. So to put it simply, range tells us you the extremes, variance tells you the squared spread, standard deviation on the other hand tells you the true consistency. Last but not the least, coefficient of variation helps you compare fairly across different data sets. Whether it's cricket, stock markets, inflation, or exam marks. Dispersion reminds us an average without consistency is only half the story. Thank you for learning with me today, and if you found this lesson useful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe because more economics made simple is coming your way.